All right, shalom, shalom. Let's see. All right, shalom, shalom, Yashala. Giving all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. Giving all praise to the Father, which is Yahweh. He is to be his son, Yahushai. He's the deliverer. We always say in the Holy Spirit, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, double honors to the apostle, elders, bishops, great millstone, my salutation to the brothers seeking word for the hopeful elect. Soon to be the elect, most high will, to the Israelites that are scattered across the world. Contract spirit to return back to the Most High. Man, women, children, blessings. Going into, about Esau's wisdom, and just watching Apostle Bar's video, and he was going into that. Title already. Let's see. So hopefully it's edifying, man. Pull something up right quick. Anyway, I'll post a little later, or do a land back on this video concerning also video. That's the title, but somewhere saying talking about you're not going to go unpunished. It was message to, as they used the word, our brother Esau. So, without further ado, getting into it. First Corinthians 3:19. Because Esau is proud with his wisdom. When he's trying to break down the scriptures, when we tend to say that we're not the children of Israel, says a so-called Black, Latino, Native American. And his scientific studies trying to prove that we got smaller brain or we're less educated. And wait, hold on, you devils had an advantage. You kept us from reading, you dumbasses. It was illegal for so-called black men to read, or the tribes to read. And you kept Negroes in the field while you were figuring things out. And one thing about his science and his education, it's a lot of it is experimental. A lot of it's, to see if that's what it is, meaning that he don't even know if it's going to work yet. He just be experimenting with things, using people, animals as guinea pigs. And if it works, he'll be like, oh, okay. So that lets you know the Most High is giving them these things for experimentation and, to actually use, to actually make it effective. It's like the bombs. But let's go to 1 Corinthians. Three and 19. It says, 1 Corinthians 3:19. Let's start at 18. It said, let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise, that one person pointed out in the room is Esau. In this world, let him become a fool. So this world is such thing as worldly wisdom. The education that they promote, publicizing these schools, theologian cemeteries, the churches, the seminars, and all that. The economics, the political world, it's going to say, let him become a fool that he may be wise. We have wisdom to understand that you ain't got it all. Missing a few screws, like they say. You know? He can make, like, if you create a board game and it's your own game, let's say you're the one that created chess or Monopoly, then people are going to have to ask you how to play it because you made it up. But these things that's created on Earth, Most High already made these things. He already made the elements in the Earth that they use for nuclear reactors and all that. He used, the oil is from the ground. All these resources that Esau used for his power, military might too, is already things that were created, and they come from the ground, such as oil, such as uranium, such as different metals, iron. That was a high instrument of war during the Roman Empire, iron, and they still use it today. And that's a part of a small fragment of a part of using nuclear reactors. So they have advanced, so to speak, in technology. Of course, if you keep working with stuff and keep practicing stuff, you're gonna get better at it. But Most High allowed him to do that because he do got a cutoff point. It says, "Let him become fool that he may be wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High, man." So all that school education, all that so-called white man scientists, who are the top scientists in America? They had, Darwin theory. They had Einstein, and they, when you even play some of these games that they have on these apps, that got to deal with puzzles and heavy brain activity, whatever you call it. They always put Einstein as the dude, to test your IQ or something, or the form of the highest IQ or something like that. They don't even mention neo-Darwinism, Darwinists. They're working synthesizing modern genetics with Darwinian principles. I don't know these other scientists. Who is Einstein? Remember, I told you about the German scientists that they brought over, the 1,600 German scientists and engineers. Einstein, yeah, he was one of them. Einstein was a German born theoretical physicist, I forgot to mention, who is widely held as one of the most influential scientists. Best known for developing the theory of relativity. Einstein also made mechanics his math energy. So, if you go into a lab of some of these scientists, it's a madhouse. They got liquids and different, and then they try to, label them, and they got jars of the brains and rat brains, and it's a fucking madhouse, man. We don't need all that. Most High is not. He's not a God that he's like he got a heaven full of people's brain in jars and shit. Those are uh, those are tests of different kind of creatures that they have in there, and he's trying to figure out, you know, basically how things work to the very nucleus. You know, come on, man. Remember back in the day when you meet a female and y'all talk and the chemistry was there and y'all hook up, man. It don't take like, you know, you never been like, you got to fill out an application to see if you know, now these days it's different, but, you know, it was more of a vibe back then, more chemistry, more communication back then, you know. So Esau then turned the world upside down where people can't even trust each other no more. The chemistry is not there no more. The community, the communion is not there, even in the community, which that didn't even make sense. So that really there is no community. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness. Yeah, because they trying to figure out all these components, all these mechanics, and how the things work. And you know what? They're gonna find out that it's all in vanity. It's all in vain. You know, because it's not gonna work. Whatever they're trying to use things for is not gonna work. And even toward this new world order, it's not gonna work. Um, 1 Corinthians 1:27. It says, verse 25, it says, because the foolishness of God, the foolishness of Yahweh Yahushua is wiser than men, and the weakness of God is stronger than men. You know, that's why, you know, they try to spill out this evolution thing, the strength that the stronger, the outwardly, you know, would seem to be the stronger man is stronger than the outwardly would seem to be the weaker man, but you got the weakness kicking strong's ass a lot of time. You know, they wonder how, you know, that I always mention it. What came first, the chicken or the egg? What came first, the adults or the babies? So Most High. No, I got that. I think 1 Corinthians. So there's a wisdom of this world, man. You know, and they're like we say, these so-called white people think they're the smartest people in the world, man. And if they were, then why are they trying for this new world order, man? You know, that's a bad idea. But hey, Most High put in the deceiver and deceived is the Most High. He allowed them to believe a lie that they're gonna be able to really do this new world order. Going back to 1 Corinthians 3:19, it says, for the wisdom of this world is foolishness with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own counsel, their own craftiness. It's like, another thing Esau has done is set education by titles or entitlement. So, you know, to become a paralegal or doctor or a lawyer or, you know, some of these other educational curriculums, to be a mathematician, to be even a scientist, whatever, you got to go. When you get to colleges, they're called prerequisites, where you have to take these classes in order to take these other classes to get to, and then move up and move up until you know till you take take this test or be approved some kind of level, taking a test to see certificate, uh, to pass to where you're able to become that which you desire, you know. But it talks about flattering titles in the scriptures. Let me get that. Job 32:21. So, and I used to be intimidated when I was young. I was like, damn, account managing? I just searched for labor jobs because I thought, well, shit, I'm gonna have to know something about account management to even get that job. But then I worked there, and that was my title was an account manager, and I didn't really have to do shit but make phone calls and go out repossess people's property. But just by the title, they kind of scared Jake away. Like it's so difficult to do. I mean, anybody can learn a trade. Anybody can learn how to be an electrician, or you know, anybody can become a doctor or lawyer. It's just the time that you have to put into it. And now there's a lot of evil stuff going on with the hospitals and all that. So who would want to become a doctor at this time? Who would want to become a lawyer? You got to defend criminals, people that you know that did some evil to their neighbor. And if he got the money, you got to be his representative. You got to defend him in court. So a lot of these things that Jake know he could do, and there are some lazy Jakes. I said there's some lazy Edomites, man. A gang of lazy Edomites. There are a gang of dumb Edomites as well as dumb Jakes. But what I'm saying, there is a system set up designed to keep Jake down. If you go to like the Native Americans, you can. I'm always mentioning that movie, Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee. They they forced them to learn about, learn about their ways, learn about their presidents, their governors, learn about, the laws and the states and, the customs. They made, and they did it so much, they embedded that in their minds, man. They put them in suits and ties, They basically groomed them out of their culture and out of a lot of the ways that they done naturally as Hebrew Israelites, talking about done to the Gadites. They did that to them. They got these reform schools, you know. So that's what they do. And then they get you in the system to go by their education, their rules, school rules and all that. And then they set up a system of entitlement, like they, and they get that from the scriptures. I mean, it's not all bad the way that, some things are set up, because they get it from the scriptures. It's like going back to the Levites, going back to Judah as the head tribe, going back to some offices that we had regarding our tribes, order and things of that. We had that, but it's all evil with them, Job 32:21, it says, let me not, I pray you, accept my man's person, any man's person, neither let me give flattering titles unto men. Yeah. What's a flattering title? Like, you're a paralegal. You're a paralegal slash this. You're, so if somebody call you and they say, well, yeah, who you trying to get in touch with? I'm trying to get in touch with Dr. So-and-so. And then this is the doctor, an eye doctor, or a doctor that works on the heart, or a doctor that works on and they got all these, positions, It was a Good Time show that that was about this black lady that she moved out of the hood when she became a doctor, so to speak, and Florida Evans they got into a kind of an argument because Florida Evans was telling her that, you never come back to help the black people, and she explained to her, I think the explanation was, well, it's not much money here I can be made to live off of to feed my family, because black people really don't have no money, and all the in betweens, like niggas don't never want to pay their part, they're always trying to get a deal and all that, they always trying to supplant. Hey, that's one form of Jacob, but in the case of Jacob himself, it was righteous. Most High made it work for us. But anyway, yeah, flattering titles, man. So even with these women, you got women like, oh shit, I'm an IG. What is one of them they use? Uh, a stylist, hairstylist, because they braid hair, they do hair, I'm I got my PhD, I got nursing license, you know, uh, all those titles, and then they try to look for a man with those same qualities, so they end up pretty much marrying the man in the office that's they got the same credentials, they got the same uh, level of education, so to speak. But like the apostle said, real education is from within. It's not in these schools. Now you can learn a little in school, basic fundamentals, math, timetables, and all that. Learn a little bit of science and all that. But no, not too much. Not for you, not to feed you and your family. 1 Corinthians 1:4. We're gonna get a little bit into it, man. I'm not gonna make this extra long, but I got a few points to make. Hopefully it's edifying. 1 Corinthians 1 and 14. 1 Corinthians 1 and 14. Is that right? 1 and 4. I thank the Most High always on your behalf for the grace of Yahweh which is given you by Yahweh Shai, that in everything ye are enriched. No, that's must be 2 Corinthians. Right, down right, man. Yeah. Enticing words, King James Version. 2 and 4. Come on. 1 Corinthians 2 and 4. It says, and my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, man. That's not how you gain people. Like that's what Malcolm X. He enticed people with his words. He wrote it. I mean, he read that. He said he read the whole dictionary, and he had a very well speech pattern, if that's the right word to say. But he spoke well, eloquent speech. But Paul said not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in the demonstration of the Spirit and of the power, that your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God, Yahweh Yahushai. Let me get that definition, entice. Enticing, King James, see, enticing definition. Enticing definition. Attractive or tempting, alluring. Let me get just enticing. Standard. It says to tempt, dangle carried in front of, persuade. Now, we do persuade men, but it's by the terror of the Lord, smooth talk. And Jake uses that even when he tries to, they call it macking, they call it, let me rap to you, to get a woman. And it works a lot of times, but that's not, the core of you gaining, you catching fish of men. That's not the core of it, man. It goes along with code of personality. You're going over a speech and you want to make it juicy, and you want to, you develop this whole character and all that. So what if you don't have time to write a speech or have, I know they in the scene, one scene in Malcolm X, he was do a speech, and he, one of the guys that maybe one of his friends or fellow Muslim that is more acquainted with than others, that he probably rolls with often. he forgot he was supposed to give him his speech, and he forgot his speech. He was like, he got mad at him. Like, told you, like, what am I gonna say to these people? You know. But what did the Most High say? He'll give you a mouth that your enemies will not be able to gainsay. So you don't have to have a whole big speech and you know and talk soft and eloquent. You know, it's like that Michael Jackson thing. He talked, in front of the masses. He talked. He had a light voice. But in reality, they said his voice was deeper, than the common man. You know, and he said himself he's an actor. He likes creating the world, creating the environment. He likes make believe, magic, and all that. You know, so this devil and his demonstration of one of his demonstrations of power is with enticing words, with flattering titles, setting up a world where people really live by those standards. Like I said, I was talking to the brother by Michael Allen. I was telling him that this North Korean dude, he's feminine as hell, but that he works in the warehouse and all that. And he, you know, he when he talks and all that, he barely know how to talk English, and he get mad at people when the people don't understand him that was born in America that speak English. Like you should be trying to speak more English than damn Korean because you're in America and shit. You know, so that these other nations be proud, and then they think you dumb because you don't understand them and shit. Like I said, if you go to China or Elam and you don't understand their language, that don't mean you're dumb. It's just that they got a different language you don't understand. And you could learn that language if you want to, but who wants, maybe you can learn some languages. There's some jakes that know a few languages, and it's beneficial to them. There's nothing wrong with that. But, why wouldn't you want to learn your own language? Why wouldn't you want to learn your own heritage before these damn nations, these heathens shit, you know? So a lot of our people imitate Esau with the suit and tie and speaking upright, and they say, now when you get to the point where when out like they got a South got a bad rep, like you know, some other states, you know, maybe a lot of the East Coast they be looking at the South like, man, y'all country, y'all. It's like they dumbed down. They're saying they dumbed down. But Outkast, when they came out, they broke ground in Atlanta. I think they were one of the first groups that represented the South. They had they were lyrical, man. Even with Goody Mob and all that, they were lyrical. They were saying something. Even Goody Mob said they knew about that New World Order stuff. You know. But a lot of this new South stuff, like they hardly talking and that wasn't how the South sounded, man, when they first came out. So it's about time that this thing unraveled to this point to where niggas getting paid off and becoming goons and all that, without no substance and no thought to really put in what they're saying and using drugs and shit. That came later. That's what's happening now. You know? So it ain't even it's not even about what state you're from, It's who you are, and a lot of times is what we've been exposed to, but it's this so-called Black Latinos then grew up in a house where it was just poverty and misconduct and all that, and they got out of that shit. Um, and you don't have to be a president to be smart and shit. A lot of these presidents are dumb as hell, man, or they be saying dumb stuff. Doesn't make sense. Anybody can be a president. You just got to do what the elites tell you to do, and you got to know how to read speeches. You know how to take up on the code of personality. It's not hard to be a president. For a so-called black man, it is. Because it's always hard for a so-called black man to do anything, especially when it's, so to speak, along the lines of being represented as an elite figure. They got to make sure you're doing things according to exactly what they do. See, Jay can do this little shit and act like he got a little control and shit on the block or the street, but you fuck with them elites, you gotta fucking do what they say. Or they'll remove your ass or take your ass out. So, yeah. So the what has the Esau then changed the whole world? He didn't turn the world upside down. So now you're not smart unless you're in their school system, or you know come up in their school system. You don't speak right English unless you come up through their school system. Now you remember this slang used to be a a bad thing. It used to get a bad rep, using ain't, you know, what's up, or you know, certain words, you know. Now everybody uses slang, you know. Everybody uses that, man. A song, sometimes a song doesn't even sound right if it doesn't say I ain't, you know. It's just, hey, Jake makes stuff sound good, man. Um, so it's not enticing words. It says, my speech, my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom. See, because you could have enticing words according to the spirit. You could lure people in, attract people in certain things you say in the spirit of most highest wisdom. Because Paul was deceitful sometimes, but for the sake of what most high, what he was learning in the truth and what he has lived in the truth, and according to the spirit, it says, but in the demonstration of the spirit and of power, that your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God. And Jake have that thing about with lyrics in the rap industry, you know. I mean, some lyrics might be more, enticing according to lyrical content, but some other rappers might be preferred before him because they just know how to flow better, or know how to, they have a personality with their lyrics. They have, it's more substance, more depth with what they say, you know. And then it's impressive, like the Busta Rhymes thing, when he said, "What I gotta get it," that's impressing. That's a lot of people can be impressed by that, but at the end of the day, is he teaching? Is anybody edified by it? It's just kind of like entertainment a little bit more than, you know. Even with a lot of these raps, man. I mean, KRS One, and you know, my philosophy and all that, that can be enticing. You know, a lot of these rappers with lyrical content that can be enticing, but are they touching people? Are they, do they have, are they showing performance with power to influence people in the right direction? You know, I mean, all these rappers with knowledge and lyrical content and with a little bit of money in their pocket, and the ghettos ain't changed yet, man. You would think, and niggas would think different because they've been influenced by these rappers, you know, by their lyrical content. And nothing's changed, man. So, in a way, in many ways, they have a form of worldly, a man's wisdom. They're not talking according to the Holy Spirit. It said, "Howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect, yet not the wisdom of this world. There's the wisdom of this world, and there's the wisdom of the Most High." Well, it's going to say, I got ahead of myself. Not wisdom of this world, man. So don't let Esau make you think you're dumb. You know, just because you don't know you don't know these books of science, you don't know, you know, some things we got to look up because they kept us from reading this shit. We're not too old in this world. I mean, slavery was not too long ago, man. You know, and we're talking about just a mass of people enslaved, man. Like, hey, none of y'all can read. You know, if you catch y'all reading, you're gonna put you to death, we're gonna hang you. You're gonna get some lashes. You don't want that, you know. But Jake had to sneak and read the Bible, sneak and read letters that have been sent to him from his family or whatsoever. You know, they used to do wicked ass shit like Jake write a letter to his family and could you get this to my wife? I really miss her. I haven't seen her, you know, 10 years, and they thought they burned the letter, man. And they showed you some of that in Color Purple, which was, I believe, you know, the end of the day is black exploitation. But they showed a lot of truth in it. But you know, it didn't put the fire on the so-called white man. It didn't label him as the enemy, man. None of these movies do. You know, none of these things in history teaches you that the so-called white man is the devil. Even of all that black power shit, it don't point the so-called white man being the wicked of the earth, man. Somebody got to be the wicked. It says the seed of the wicked in the scriptures that they got the wicked got a seed, man. Let me get that real quick. Seed of the wicked, King James Version. Psalms 37 and 28. For the Lord loveth judgment, and forsaken not his saints. Who are those? The Israelites, starting with the elect. They are preserved forever, but the seed, seed, sperma, seed that comes from the loins of men, seed that comes from, even when it relates to trees having fruit and the fruit produce, and there's a seed in the fruit that produces more seeds, and it has a family line. An apple tree consistently make apples. You'll never find an apple tree at one point making an orange. So, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off, man. Who is the wicked of the earth? It says the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, man. Who is he? Where is he, if thou could tell us? Color faces of Jezebel. You know, the covering cast, the one that's calling you black instead of who you are. The enticing words that make this his knowledge and his wisdom look better than the Most High of what's coming from this book. That's why he look at the 12 tribe sign and being like, damn, I don't know. How'd y'all come up with that? Scientists are baffled by the 12 tribe sign. I don't see they baffle. If you baffled by the 12 tribe sign and you say, well, that's made by men, then how do two men come out of the loins of one woman and they're both two nations and they different and they have different mannerisms? How did that happen? What about the sons of Adam being separated? How did that happen? How about Noah having three sons and they're all different nations? How did that happen? Well, you know, Ham and Japheth, different nation from Israel. Most High is able to do that. Says there's nothing impossible with the Most High, man. These devils are baffled by it. How they baffled by how the moon is just sitting up there. The sun of is going down and going, rising up and going down. They don't know how that is. Who's controlling that? It's like when it gets dark at night, who turned off the lights? We didn't. Some powers up there doing stuff. We got to see where. That's the pride of Esau. We got to see what's up there doing that stuff. Y'all must be the new ones on the planet, because Jake be like, hey, that's just Jake make a poem out of that. Hey, let me back to this woman and meet her under the moonlight and let's talk, rap, have some wine. Esau be like, I need to find out what that is. We need to go there, go to the moon. You devils, man. Check out the Negro spirit. He's more at home on the earth because he's of the earth. It says Adam, all men came from the ground, but Adam is of the earth. This is our home. They said the earth abideth forever. Y'all the ones that's baffled about stuff that happens on the earth. Y'all go to the jungle and baffled about how the animals react to each other, respond to each other. All we know is like, hey, that's a lion, that's a tiger, this is what they do. We don't need to figure out no scientific shit about it. You damn devils, we don't have a damn, a lab where we take animals and experiment. That's Esau, man. That's the mad scientist. That's Frankenstein shit. And then them devils want to get mad at us because we're not like them. Well, they say Jake is a plain man, dwelling in tents. We don't need that much. We don't need to explore all through the crevices of the earth to figure out what is this gold? What is this? We use those resources: oil, gold, salt, uranium, energy for the purpose of good, supposed to be. This devil is the opposite, used for the purpose of evil. All the foundations of the foundations of the earth are out of course because of him. Proverbs 4 and 14 and 15, it says, the simple believeth every word. Yeah, because it's enticing words. It's words of wisdom of men on this earth that the simple listen to, like the flat earthing dudes. What does orbit mean? When they say orbit around the earth, what does orbit mean? Orbit definition: the curved path of a celestial object or spacecraft around a star or a planet. Around it is orbiting. Or moon, especially a periodic elliptical revolution. When you see an orb, it's in a round circle, it's in a ball. It's not You know, that's what orbs are. Orb orb definition. You might say a ball or something. A globe, a ball. It's nothing flat. It's a ball. Just like when you do have that world globe of the earth, it's a ball, man. A circle or ring. So they say, well, the spaceship is orbiting around Mars. That means that Mars is round or orbiting around the moon. That means the moon is round, man. Orbiting around the earth, that means the earth is round. Even flattening words, anything flat is not good. Flattening words and titles are not good. I'm looking at it. All right, so breaking into so there's a wisdom of this world. It says, howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect, 1 Corinthians 2:6. Yet not the wisdom of this world, nor the princes of this world that come to naught. You know, men in high places that got world status. Like they getting to make, oh, this is president, this is prince, let's move out the way. Like I said, you got those people like Mother Teresa and those people like Princess Diana and all those Prince Charles and all those people that used it. You know, some of them are gone. I think all the ones I named are gone. Yeah. And they said, what are we going to do to move toward, you know, a better future, new advancement and all that? What y'all got in the works? Well, energy and all that. I mean, they don't say nothing to, you know, like it don't take nothing to just appease people and shit like that. They just want to hear something good, man. Like, yeah, hey, make America great again. Trump had it on his hat. He didn't have to say shit to nobody. He read his hat and say, hey, we're for that. Come on, man. They for Trump, man. Who don't want to make America great again? What Edomite don't want to make America great again? They trying to go back to the 50s when they used to have fun. We're gonna have fun till my daddy take the T-bird away. And guess what? The daddy never takes the T-bird away because he got like 4 or 5 of them in the garage and shit. Happy days. Sunday, Monday, happy day. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy day. Thursday, Friday, happy day. Saturday, Sunday, happy day. The weekends hit. And then you see the show and it's all about having fun on the beach and surfing and all that. That's how they live their life. That's how they was living their life. That was fun to them. Didn't have no problem with the Negroes. The Negroes were still segregated and all that. And then what happened? Integration. And it's saddened their asses like damn. But that was supposed to happen too. That was according to the Most High too. Everything that happens on earth is supposed to happen. So we started going to their schools and we started, you know, and this is nothing new. I mean, back in the day, they had this. That's why it's in the Bible. They were shooting for uh, better positions in the world, shooting for entitlement. They had the Olympics back then in the scriptures, the gladiators and all that. Then you win the belt. Let's say you, whatever you're in, you win an award for that. Award for it. You're in basketball, you get a trophy. You in the Olympics, you get a gold medal. You know, but all that greatness that you displayed in front of the world, and all those traveling and getting and having fans and all that. If you hurt your leg, you're out of the Olympics or you're out of the basketball, and they're gonna replace your ass. Then you're gonna be sitting at home like, damn, I need it. I work in Walmart now. and now you're considered a mockery because you went from a professional football player, basketball player, an actor, a movie, movie actress, actor, um, singer, and now you bagging groceries at the at Walmart. And then it's a mental thing. It fucks with Jake, so he's like, man, I'm embarrassed and shit because you didn't raise yourself up so high. You don't want to be dead caught in a low status. So what? You might rob a bank or you might do something stupid for money. Or go back into the industry in some kind of way to sell your soul. Again, or do something worse than you did the last time. So yeah, you know, you got the wisdom of the world. But we speak the wisdom of the Most High in a mystery, even the hidden wisdom. See, it's a mystery given to his saints. It says that in Amos 3 and 7. Nobody, these are secret things that the Most High give to his saints. It's not to the world. Just like to know now, but he gives it to them first. But now people know about Babylon, America being Babylon, but they just can't grasp it. They hear it, but they can't grasp it. They can't, it can't be the last thing that they try to, figure out like this can't be. There's something more to this. No, this is spiritual Sodom and Egypt. This is Babylon, right here in America. Great confusion. Um, Amos 3 and 7, King James Version. We say the scripture many times. It says, Amos 3 and 7, it says, surely the Lord God, Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret into his servants, the prophets, man. So Most High has secret that he revealed to his servants, the prophets. And it says that his hidden wisdom. A lot of people can't grasp this Bible. They can't grasp how the world works or how the Most High works with this world being in conditions in, or the men that act upon the earth and what they do, how the Most High is in control of things. Even if they do evil things, it says if there's evil in the city, had he not done it? They don't understand. How could he be righteous, but he's doing evil? We understand that. If your father, you getting somebody try to kill you, some militias, and your father takes them all out and they buried in the ground, you're going to thank your father for that. But he just killed these men, but it was to protect you. You're not going to ask, why would you kill them, father? I'm just using that physical example. Like Jake, or a lot of people don't consider what they say, man. I know some Tupac fans out there. Tupac said, "How do you want it?" A lot of you tell your kid you want your whooping now or later. And when the clock hits for him to get a whooping later, you know what the first thing he's gonna say? I should have got my whooping earlier, so I would have got it on out of the way with it. Esau should have took his slavery now. I mean, the time we did, he would have got it over with. What did it say in the scripture? He didn't consider the latter end. Now it's time for judgment. He's like, he don't want to go through it. He took his blessing. He despised his blessing. He didn't think about the later thing. He'll end up like, hey man, Let me hold back, man. Yeah, but that's what kind of mind state he had. He's careless. The vagabond don't care about nothing. He don't care about life. That's why he used people as guinea pigs and creatures as guinea pigs. I told you that scripture earlier. Righteous man regards the life of his beast. Even it's sad when I see what these devils are doing to these animals. You know, they hunt lions and bears and all that. The bear taking care of the cubs and all that, and they just shoot the bear. You know, that's why the Most High had that bear, she bear, tear up them damn 42 kids, man. And it's going to be used again in that manner. When Jacob's trouble comes, as that trouble is going to be on the so-called white man too, and these nations, because they hit this Jacob's trouble is going to be worse here in America. So it says, hidden wisdom. We speak God in the wisdom of God in the mystery, even the hidden wisdom, which the Most High ordained before the world, and to our glory before even the world. Because what did Yahweh, Abishai, and by Hashem Yahweh in the scriptures through the word, he said, before I formed you, I knew thee. And they say, well, if the Christians believe in the Bible, that shouldn't be a shock to them that could happen. That reincarnation exists, because if you know a spirit within a womb of a woman before it come out, then it had to be somebody before it went into the womb, because he knew it before it was formed in the womb. So he knew that spirit. That spirit is coming back in the womb. One of my favorite scriptures, Ecclesiastes 11:5. Ecclesiastes 11:5, King James Version. It says, as thou knowest not the way of what is the way of the spirit. They don't know the way of the spirit. They carnal, they don't know how this Most High deal with these spirits. They don't know that that's a spirit that was already here on earth before. They don't know Hitler was supposed to be Hitler before he was even born. The bombs that are made today was already, supposed to happen according to prophecy before they even made the bombs. Man. Esau, before they were even born, the children of Rebecca out of the loins of Isaac had Jacob and Esau, and before they even grew up, before they were even thought of for the late outcome of things, they were already ordained to be who they are. It says they don't know the way of the spirit, nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child. Even so, thou knowest not the works of God who maketh all. Man, they don't even know that. They don't. Father of spirit, how could he be responsible for every spirit on earth? They don't know the ways of the Most High. They don't know his spirit. They don't know how bones form in a woman's womb. Even the Maccabees' mother said that. I don't know how you came into my womb, but I know I'm giving credit to the Most High, and I know I'll see you again because I know about reincarnation. And the scientists are baffled by it. They don't know how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child. And then it says, well, there's celestial being, terrestrial being. It says, every seed taketh on it what it's supposed to become and let it grow to see what it's going to become. Because everything starts with copulation, so to speak. You got big ass whales in the ocean and stuff that started out as, from the water, so to speak, of copulation, and it's a science to the Most High, but on a higher level than any God that could ever be, and they can't understand that. I ain't never seen them make a beast such as a lion or a tiger or a bear be able to breathe underwater. They doing all this other stuff like liger and shit. Why don't y'all make it where the animals of that sort can breathe underwater without drowning? They don't know how water is H2O formula. That's the ingredient of prime ingredient of H2O. Let me do something. What is water made of? Okay, H2O. What is air made out of? Or oxygen? What is oxygen made of? Let me ask this way. Is oxygen water similar? I'm just doing a little something. So water is a molecule made up of two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom. A water molecule has three atoms, two hydrogen atoms, and one oxygen atom. That's what water is sometimes referred to as H2O. So basically, you could almost all put into live some bacteria species. Many are atom, atmospheric oxygen and must rely upon oxygen dissolved in the water. Although water molecules contain one oxygen atom, but this oxygen is bound and cannot be used by aquatic organisms. So you have to where you can breathe in this oxygen, but you can't breathe in the water. And who knows? Maybe we can. Maybe there is a dynamic to it. But the Most High wants us to recognize Him being the power of all power before we're able to do that. He's the highest vibration of all the gods. Even this, He said, Psalm 96:5, that all the gods are idols. All the nations' gods are idols. He made the heavens and earth. There's certain foods that don't spoil, like honey, vinegar, salt is kept dry. But other foods, they spoil. Just like Solomon said, some beasts, he know the difference between the wild beasts and the ones that are, there are some poisonous snakes and there are some that don't, or that are not poisonous. Some that carry venom, some that don't, you know? There's some foods that you're not supposed to mix together. Do try that and your stomach will hurt and you'll throw up. If you eat too much honey, you'll throw up. These are elements of the earth that we supposed to naturally abide by through Yahweh Yahushai so that we won't kill ourselves, man. Um, just like wine and milk. Nobody puts wine and milk together. But grapes are from the vine of the vine is from the blood of the grapes. And raisins are from grapes. And they put raisins in their cereal, which they put milk also in their cereal. But grapes or raisins, they're the same thing, but they're different because, one is, you know, um, one is dry. So Most High is able to do that with the elements, and He's able to do that with men. Esau is our brother, but he's the lesser. He's the not only the bad child or whatever, but he's the how can I say it? He's the base one. You know, he's the one with less vibration. That's why he had to use all this nuclear shit to make up for his power, because he has no melanin. He has no power within. Like Apostle Gabar was saying that they can't go through adversity. Adversity is the same thing as similar to friction. That's why the Most High said, "I'm gonna afflict you and make you more precious than gold." What do you and more refined? What do you do with gold? You set fire to it to purify it. But Esau can't be purified because at any adversity, he's flipping out. That's why he'd be like, "Oh, shoot, give it to the Negro. Put that on the Negroes' back. They can handle it. They strong people." And they mock with animalistic suggestions, parodies. But nah, we ain't strong because we're animals. We're strong. Well, animal just mean animated. That's all it means. We're strong because of our Lord, because the Most High. Why Hashem Yahushai. Don't get it twisted. And then he try to do these experimental things, like I said, the prophet. We're going to test him, make sure that we see if he. That's how evil these devils are. And in reality, Jake is good people, man. They peaceful people. That's why during time they had the what do you call it, the medallions, the peace medallions. They were going off because they was representing Africa. But we were in Africa. But really, we peaceful people. But a lot of these niggas know in their spirit that this is time of war. That's why they out here like trying to get it. Like, they know it's not the same world. They grew up from this same parent that was back in these the days when they were listening to neo soul and you know jazz and all that. When they said the good old 90s, there was more peace talking and togetherness and black love. Well, the niggas that's doing all this shit, guess who their parents are? Usually, the parents of the 90s. Something happened. Um, you got some pure maple syrup that says that don't spoil. Yogurt, you got some bacteria that's good for the body. Not all bacteria is bad. So you got yogurt and sourdough, you got pickles contain good bacteria. You just got to know what is the good bacteria. They don't teach you. They might have it even on the shelf. They have Sprouts, some of these other places like Whole Foods. They got a little bit better food than, of course, better than fast food place. You gotta, but all these things come from the ground, man. It said don't abhor herbs. That's energy. They had one video on YouTube where they had a plug and uh they, they they put the plug in the tree and it was the wire was connected to a light bulb and the wire was connected with the tree to make the light come on. And nobody knew you can get light that way, you know. Uh, and there's a lot of things that we forgot about that we used to know. The uranium that they deal with, things that they use, regarding radioactive components come from the ground, man. The Most High already made this energy. Energy is in the ground. Energy is all around us, you know. Energy is in the trees, you know. When you see, birds flying and the creatures walking and stuff, there's a spirit in them. It's a different spirit, but it's a spirit in there. And it says that. It says the spirit of the beast go down to the earth and the spirit of man go upward. That's why these devils are going to have to report to our power that's in the heavens. He that is in the heavens shall laugh. Brain contains electromagnetic waves. Energy travels as the speed of light in your brain. Some things you know before it even happens. That's why Jake sometimes say, I got a feeling, man. Some Jakes go to the club knowing like, man, I know they're gonna be shooting. They be shooting at night. And he got. He already knew. He went anyway. But they know this. That's why they putting out poisons to affect you on the inside. You know, it's blood running through your veins. It's electromagnetic waves going through your brain and going through your cell. Your cells are alive. You know, your whole vibration of you is this, sulfuric self that connect with energies in the world, you know. And if you get some with a bad energy, you got to stay away from it. Esau know that though. That's why he used the trickery to lure you into certain energies on the earth. He used certain frequencies. Jake used those terms back then, man. When they called a freak, why they call women freaks? Because they frequently had sex. Freak is a short word for frequency. Houdini, the old school rap group, had a song called Freaks Come Out at Night. And he said, daytime they do this, but at night you can find a freak anyway. Because they on a frequency, certain vibration, certain frequency. They vibe with the night people. They vibe with party people. So you'll see those same people at the club every weekend. And those, hey, reincarnation, those are those familiar spirits. You might have somebody come to you and say, they ain't I seen you before. And they ain't talking about the club yesterday, last week. They talking about, no, I've seen you somewhere else. Because you know you're dealing with a lot of those same spirits when you come back on the earth. Just a little bit of notes and all that. Uranium is from the Earth's crust. They use that. Hydrogen extracted from, it's hydrogen extracted from, part of it is hydrogen extracted from seawater, man. And they use that in nuclear, they use that in nuclear reactors. Something as simple as that from the ground. Where did the Most High destroy the old world with? Water. That's an element. That's, people swim in water. People drink water. But that same source of water can be turned into a tsunami and shit, or a world flood. So the Most High, you got to respect the Most High. You got to praise the Most High. You got to fear the Most High, because He could turn that little thing into something great. He could turn a small army into a biggest army in the world, or He could use a small army to overtake the world. Time of Gideon, he used 300 men. 144,000 is going to take over the whole world, man. This is more than 1 billion people in this world, because they're going to do it by the strength of Him. God means power, and it says He's the God of all gods. Where it says, let me get this scripture right quick. Proverbs 25 and 16. It says, Proverbs 25 and 16, eat so much as hast thou found honey, eat so much as sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomited. So that means there's different levels of energy you're supposed to use, different levels of the resources Most High gave us that you're supposed to use. You're not supposed to overdo it. Just like you can't drink excessive wine. And then you get drunk and you go vomit it up that way too. Esau, he's using the resource that he's using out of the earth, he's overdoing shit, man. This shit is it's stacking up, and Most High said, hey, I'm gonna have to take you down. You're not, if he used everything moderately and resourceful like it's supposed to be, even keeping the land Sabbaths and things like that, he wouldn't even be the wicked. But he is the wicked. He was made to be the wicked, and that's why he do the things he do. That's why he destroys the earth. Most High said, I'm gonna destroy him that destroyed the earth. He destroys the earth, man. He's poisoning the plants and stuff and the flowers. You know where honey comes from? It comes from flowers. And the bees with their, through their nectar, they transfer and build a honeycomb and all that. And you get honey, but the bees are eating, they what do you call it? I think they call it pollen and all these things. The barium is falling on everything. So they can't produce honey like that. So what do? They make artificial honey. But they make fake, they make everything to kill the land. So what do? They create GMO. They're killing people murdering people. So what they do, they make robots to replace. That's how the devil works. You don't work. Nothing's resourceful. Nothing's natural. Nothing's what do you call it? Nothing's by true process. You know, which means it takes time for things to grow. No, he's inducing babies for sacrificing whatever he's using them for, eating and all that. The population and all that. And he don't think the angels are watching him. He said, "Who shall see us?" You used to be Esau, you used to be Jacob's brother. Y'all came out the womb, y'all playing together as children. And you got real salty after you sold your birthright. Got real salty, even to this day. It says, Proverbs 24:13. My son, eat thou honey. What did John came? Eating locusts and honey. Eat thou honey, because it is good, which is sweet to thy taste. So shall thy knowledge of wisdom be into thy soul. When thou hast found it, then there shall be a reward. Eat what is good for you, man. It's not good that you eat of this world, that you eat the wisdom of this world. Unless you know what it is, unless you're full grown, you've taken on, you know how to eat the meat, like you're full age with discerning evil and good. Then you can eat good, you can eat evil and it won't affect you. You know, kind of like that spiritual thing about us eating poison and not dying. Well, you got poison of these philosophies. All philosophy just means wisdom, a level of wisdom. Phila, which means something right, uh, Phila, and then Sophical or Sophie is Sophia, which means wisdom, and Phila means love. That's why they, like Philadelphia, that means brotherly love, city of brotherly love. Phila, love, and Delphia I think comes from brother. So there's nothing wrong with having wisdom. You can even know about the wisdom of the world, long as you can discern the evil and good. But Jake don't know how to discern the evil and good. That's the problem. That's the problem. Uh, let's go to Obadiah. So, you know, we once knew the elements. We once knew these things. What the operation of, that's what even Solomon said, the operation of the world, basically. Operations of things, Apocrypha King James Version. Let me read this. Sirach 17:11. But one, it says, the Lord created man of the earth and turned him to it again. He gave them few days and a short time, and power also over the things therein. He endued them with strength by themselves. and made them according to his image, and put the fear of man upon all flesh, and gave him dominion over beasts and fowls. Now, what is Esau doing? Killing the beasts and the fowls. You know, pigeons, they usually use pigeons in war to send messages. Like these animals, if you're in the right spirit, they'll work for your benefit, man. But they don't even use them for that. They not, they have them in a fucking circus and shit. Like these animals can really be doing some. Like a dog can save your life. I mean, they got TikTok, they got videos of that. You know, and how could these Moabites eat dogs and the dog can save your life, man? Not only that, they listen to their master. You really can't train a chicken or a cow, you know, or an ox, or a stubborn animal. Even the dogs bark in the time of trouble. Tells you that in the scripture. It says, when somebody's breaking into your home, it says they received the use of the five operations of the Lord, and in the sixth place he imparted them understanding, and in the seventh speech the interpreter of the conjurations thereof, counsel, and a tongue, and eyes, ears, and a heart, mind gave he them to understand. You know, that's beautiful. You communicate with each other, you talk with each other, you interpret things and see what things mean, and and you get the answers of things. You know what the operation, what the beasts do, their place, and you know the fowls of the air and all that. The doves represent something. You know the sparrows, and you see all the workings of what they do, and it's a beautiful thing. It says, with all he filled them with knowledge and of understanding, showed them good and evil. See, you got to show them good and evil too. If you send your child out there, and when he grow up and he's a young teenager, and you don't tell him the bad of things in this world, then he gonna get caught out there. He ain't gonna know what that is. He gonna come running like, "Pop, you didn't tell me about this." Yeah. See, so we gotta know evil too. He set his eye upon their hearts, that he might show them the greatness of his works. He gave them to glory in his marvelous acts forever, that they may declare his works with understanding. And the elect shall pray. There go the elect again. The elect shall praise his name. They the ones that are going to understand. Nobody understands this, man. Everything's is so damn, you know, so damn already as people think it is and shit. Nobody gives time to see things grow these days. You know, they don't give time to have things set in to really understand what it is. They just be like, "Oh, all right." Simple believers everywhere. Where did you inspect? Did you examine what that person just said? Do you even know that person? Do you even know? You see two kids and they laughing together. Do you even know their parents? What they learn at home when they go back to their homes? Yeah, they might be hugging each other now and friends with each other now, smiling at their children. But when they go home and learn from their parents are gonna be telling them, "Don't be messing with them niggas." You see a nigga, you should get your shotgun, son. And the elect shall praise his holy name, separate name, Yahweh or Hashem Yahweh Shai. separate from this world. Jesus is a worldly name. Beside this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for an inheritance. He made an everlasting covenant with them and showed them his judgments. Their eyes saw the majesty of his glory, and their eyes heard his glorious voice. And he said unto them, beware of all unrighteousness, and he gave every man commandment concerning his neighbor. Their ways are ever before him and shall not be hid from his eyes. And then it's going into every man from his youth is given to evil, neither could they make to themselves fleshly hearts of stone. For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people. But Israel is the Lord's portion, who being his firstborn, he nourisheth with discipline and giveth him light of his love, doing not forsake him. So there's a course to go. There's a certain operation, how you're supposed to operate. There's a certain way you're supposed to live, because we got dietary laws, we got the law, and that's what. And you have to, and just like any ingredient or anything that is, it could be poison. Even with philosophy, even if you're taught the right way, and you go astray from the Father or disobedient to the Father, when you go out there and get tangled up in these different, ways of life. And guess what? You're gonna have you're gonna be weakened. You're gonna be weakened because everything that's not with the Most High is weakened, man. But like he even said in the scriptures, the weakness of Yahweh Yahushua is stronger than men. So even if you weaken the truth and you're under the arms and shelter of the Yahweh Yahushua and you're weak, guess what? You're still greater than him. You're still better off than all these nations. Let's say you go to work and you work for a company that you enjoy and everybody's delightful. You don't have no enemies there. You could work there all day. You're going to be the first one there. You're going to be, you could work that job forever. You can grow up at that job because it's pleasant. Work ain't bad unless you're working under somebody that gives you hell or make it a burden to you. It's not the work that's the problem. It's the people at the fucking work. It's not serving that's a problem. It's who you're serving. We're all servants, but it's who you're serving. Serving the Most High shouldn't be grievous. It shouldn't be burdensome. It's just that Jake don't want to do the shit because he wants to have fun in his life. He wants his cake right now. Shalom, the brothers, sisters on the comment board, anybody tuning in. He wants his cake. Now that's the problem. Children, let's say children be like, well, hey, I didn't see many children with their parents on TikTok, and they don't have their cake, they spaz out on the floor. Or they throw a tantrum. Because they ain't been taught to have patience. If you have a kid that be like, I'm all right, that's a different kind of kid. But kid is, they want to have fun. We understand that. Cookie, cake, ice cream. But what was the old way in the house that you got to eat your vegetables before you get the cake? See, a lot of these new niggas, they eating cake all day. They like to be over their grandma's house where they can eat. She'll give them all cookies all day, anytime they ask for one. Them children, a lot of them little small children, they want to go to grandma's house because she don't say no. They dread, sometimes they dread going back home because the parents will be like, no, eat your vegetables first. That's what the Most High is saying. Eat your bitter herbs first, eat your vegetables first, eat your, before you get the ice cream and all that, you know? Jake can't even discipline himself enough to even be dealing with the women that he wants to enjoy. Now Jake is all lusted out and being like, man, what? Man, crying and all that and simping out. I can't believe, man, she leaving me. Like, cause he didn't discipline himself. He didn't allow himself to be disciplined to know how to handle those things. Hey, beauty ain't all what it is, you know. Possessions, Solomon said, they ain't all what it is, you know. So if you're gonna be given resources, you gotta know how to take care of the resources. Esau doesn't know how to take care of the resources. He's so scared of somebody taking him down, he can make a nuclear bomb. Esau is a good talker. He's a smooth talker. You know what he say to these nations? Look, let's not use bombs. Let's have some jiu-jitsu matches and shit. And the best president wins. You know, don't have to be no bombs and shit. But they want to make sure they show their power to where, nah, if you do secretly have weapons of war and all that, we got more than you. We're gonna overtake. And that's being that they don't believe in the Most High. Because what did the Most in the scripture? Most High said, "I'll fight for you." Jake is not going to get out of the condition he's in as long as the so-called white man is on his back, and he got the power to be on his back. He got the military might to keep Jake down. Because these niggas in the hood, they ain't all coming together, standing on the block like when the cops turn the corner and they come. I don't care if they come in 12 deep, 12 come around. Hey, we all gonna be standing on the block like, what's up, man? Y'all ain't killing nobody here, and if we all going to war if that's the case. Ain't no Jakes doing that. It's just niggas, when they get out the car, they running 4 or 5 different ways. Or how many other niggas in the car, they running separate ways, man. And they all get caught. So niggas ain't nowhere close to, building a union, a community to where they making the Edomites fear them. Negroes is a less trouble. They fear holy men more than these niggas with guns. Because the holy men got sense. And the holy men are kind of quiet, like, damn, what are they up to? And we know how to have patience and use resources that we're given. Revelations 1 and 3, King James Version. And you know what they kept us from doing? Reading back in slavery. You know what it says in the scriptures? Yahweh, I didn't salute Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Bashim, Dash, Barakatham to y'all, brothers and sisters. Revelation 1 and 3, it says, blessed is he that readeth, man. They kept us from reading. You'll get slashed up from reading. You'll get, your ass beat. You might even die, especially if you're reading some hardcore stuff like, oh shit. Or you're reading a letter somebody sent you how to escape, where to meet you at, what time. We're gonna escape to this land. They definitely gonna put you in your place. Blessed is he that readeth and that heareth the words of this prophecy and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. So when you read the book, it's like encrypted, it's coded. That's why they'll let a Christian read the Bible. Hey, y'all can read the Bible all you want. See, Chris, all they do is John 3:16. God so loved this world and everybody coming together and we're gonna make it and it's beautiful. But he's worried about the men that read the coded words that's been given prophecy about this place being destroyed, man. Now they're trying to have all these kind of Bible scholars worried about what the Israelites are saying. We used to just be niggas and shit. We used to be like, hey, they used to be like, keep these, as long as you keep these niggas on the other side of the fence. And then they come peep at the niggas and stuff, and niggas see what they're doing, still living in poverty, still killing each other, selling drugs. We ain't got nothing to worry about, as long as they don't come over their fence. When it's a little quiet, not too many activity, not too many killing and drug killings, and they be like, wait, hold on now. What are they plotting on? That's the race, that's the evil of these devils, the racism of these devils, man. You know? Yeah. What they used to say about a black man, he that if anything you want to hide it in the book because the black man don't read. Now you got niggas fighting the truth like, damn, we ain't royal, man. Where did it say that at? Not that saying the truth is a lie, but if it was a lie, I'm going with it. If it says I'm royal, shit, I'll go with that. Because them devils been lying and it's been working for them. Nigga try to fight to say that he's not a royalty and principal. What kind of nigga minded is that? But yet he'll steal some gold to look like a prince or look like some kind of king. What kind of fucking mind, backwards ass mind is that? The so-called white man wrote the Bible. Well, he hates us, and that's a form of racism. How are we learning in this Bible that we royal and shit? Niggas dumb, man. It don't make no sense. That's why you gotta watch those children. Your father say, "Hey, son, you royalty, son. You're a prince, man." Oh man, fuck all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit, if I was that, I would have some shit. Spoiled ass demons, man. They don't even carry themselves well to be treated well. That's why these cops treat niggas like shit. Because they don't give a damn about themselves. They don't even read. They don't have no enlightenment. They don't have any words of wisdom. You tell a cop, hey man, you know, you remind me of one of them Romans in the Bible that was coming against the men of the Lord. That's who you remind me. He gonna be thinking, he gonna be like, damn, how do you know about the Romans and shit? The fuck? Sometimes I'll be wanting to have normal conversations about the Roman Empire. You don't have to mention the Bible to these people at work. But do these people know about the Roman Empire? And if they did anything about the Roman Empire, it's false information and they ain't gonna really be too enthused to talk about it. Because they like this worldly dumbass shit. They be like thinking, oh, that's fucking Rome. That was way back then. What are you talking about? They're still speaking Latin. They still, oh, it's a spirit, it's a scripture that say that too. Um, Man, I think it was in the Apocrypha, but it's in the Ecclesiastes too. That nothing new under the sun. But it's another scripture implying that of saying that you know, these are the same people. You know, they act the same way as they was like one scripture is nothing nothing, no temptation that is upon the earth that's not common to man. Meaning they ain't doing nothing different than they used to do. It's the same it's the same shit set up. The same stuff is tempting us. We having the same problems that we did back then in Adam with the women and shit, man. Having the same problems with lust as we did back in the old days. Having the same problem with believing the enemies everywhere and you know, as back in the old days. Common to man, King James Version. That's why these niggas gonna be without excuse because this ain't nothing that you can't handle, that you can't overcome. This is a common thing that men, like we was talking earlier in camp, like it's some regular people, common people that overcome their drug habit, that don't even really know the truth from Most High. They pray and stuff like, man, I gotta get, but they don't know the truth. They probably never called out Yahweh, the Yahweh Shai, but they put diligence to it. And Most High was involved in that. He said, well, shit, he don't know my name. He don't know me, but he's diligent about and serious about uh, getting out of this thing. So I'm going to get him out. And he might just die as a common man, but he still fulfilled his happiness by coming out of that lifestyle that he was, you know, in bondage with. It says 1 Corinthians 10 and 13, there had no temptation taking you, but such as common to man. Common, what is common? Something that's repeated, something that's happening often. Like this is a repeated thing that we go through, even from back in the old world, man. With Solomon, with Adam, with Solomon, with Samson, with David, you know, many more. It says, but Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, even with this MOTB. We always say Most High will because the frequencies in this place, it weakens you, man. To a point where some common man, a lot of common men don't believe because they like, well, how can this be, you know? And it seems like there's no way out of this thing. Like no matter how we try as a people, we'll never come together. Well, Most High, we telling you, Most High don't want us all to come together. But how about, you know, me, you know what I'm saying? I try to, well, you got to fight harder or you got to pray harder, you know? Some women, an example of women, some women have 5 children and they take care of all their 5 children. They make sure they fed, they got the clothes on, they taken care of. They make sure they make enough money to support all them, even if the man leave. Some women make an excuse and say, man, and they don't end up, you know, because there's ways that you could do it. You're like, hey, look, I got 5 children. I just need a little help. I was wondering, could you help me? You might get turned down 5, 6, 10, 20 times. Then somebody's like, you know what, I'm gonna help you. I got a business firm, and you know, they're hiring And they got a daycare right across the street where you can, you know, put your children in. You be like, man, and you know it's the Most High. It ain't no coincidence. So some people, some men and women on earth just don't want to be shit. They don't want to do shit, research shit. They don't want to learn nothing. They just want to be fucking nobodies, man. But when that cheese come and when the world change, they go, oh, well, what's going on? They want to know shit now. Too late. But will with the temptation also make a way to escape that you may be able to bear it, man. Like the jobs. Like, Lord, I need another job, Lord. And that could possibly come somebody at your door knocking and say, hey, you know, we hiring up at the, it ain't always how it go. So what are you gonna do if it don't go like that? You gotta go out there and fucking search for a job, get online, do something, talk to somebody, and make sure you get another job if that job is so burdensome. And a lot of times, you know what I say? I'll be like, man, I need to work on myself. So, you know, I need to be hardened up. I need to be on edge. I need that, you know, some of that I have to report to, you know. A lot of these motherfuckers that don't go to jobs, they end up being nobodies, man. They get a welfare check every year, every month, or get an income every month, and they just, you know, smoke weed and drink all day at home and eat all day. Every now and then go out, and that's their fucking life. They don't learn nothing. They don't research anything. They don't stay with the times of what's going on. It's like, why are you fucking on earth, man? Like, how do you contribute? We contribute to, you know, things that people need to know up on the earth. Whether, you know, you feel like we're badgering the earth, it's a warning. It's prophecy coming out of this book. It's the words of enlightenment out of this word that our people need to know, whether you like it or not. But it's a contribution. It's contributing to the light or the knowledge that's supposed to be, you know, passed down on and to man on this earth for his good, starting with the Israelite men. Like I said, these nations gonna get put in line too, you know. And there ain't gonna be no superpower and shit. The superpower is not in carnality. Superpower is in spirituality. Spirituality, it has a frequency too. There's angels on this earth too that'll get in people's mind, that'll whisper to people and tell them to do shit. They're not even seen. They just, you know, they get into the minds of people. That angel, one angel said, "Shall I go down as a lion spirit, Lord?" So these people think it's just a joke, like people are just walking around and shit and waiting to, you know, either exhale or exit this planet. When it's a lot of things you do, it's a lot of information, it's a lot of resources out there. It's a lot of prolific things in this Bible that you're able to use for your everyday life that'll benefit your life, even in your own mind, your own for your own soul's sake. You might need to get right before Most High set you up with this other job. You might have too good of a job. Then you be like going crazy, man. You might have too much of a beautiful woman. But you gotta fight niggas to keep her and shit. And you ain't got that kind of energy. Like, damn, every time we go somewhere, niggas is looking at you and shit. You know, she's covered up in everything. She's just so beautiful. Like, damn, nigga, you might not need that right now. The common man. Common man can have wisdom. He can use it. He can apply it to the world. It can work for him. But it's the wisdom of the world. If Esau has a certain job, he's an inventor. You work at Tesla company, and this is the program. This way we do things. This is what you got to learn. Jay could do it. He work at Tesla and shit. He operate on cars or operate on the products, or he send the products out. You'll be able to do that. You get paid like $20, $30 an hour. That's good, but it still ain't preparing you for things to come, the things that's going to happen on this planet, man. Or when your enemy just snatched that rug up under your feet, like, you know what? This company, this part of the company got shut down. We're going to have to, lay you off for at least, I don't know how long, a couple of years or something, but we'll be back. Then you got to like, damn, where am I going to get my money from? Now, this is a good job. I was paying all my bills with this. And I had 2 or 3 children because of this job, because I was able to afford it. Now I'm going back to making a lesser amount, and I got 3 kids and a wife, and I got a big house. And you're still able to maintain, just size down, you know. And if your wife got something to say about that, you got to put it in check. Like, hey, you know, I was working a good job, and I was working at that job for 2 years and shit. And then I didn't have children with you, so and held it down in the household. So you better be patient with me. And if not, hey, see the door, man. Stability. Esau has no true patience and stability, on his own. When he faces adversity. Job kept his integrity. He couldn't have been an Edomite. He would have killed himself. He would have shot up his family or took his family out. That's how Edomites operate. When they can't get nothing or something taken away from them or adversity come against them, they do that. Base man means like you gonna do some base ass things. You do base ass things. Get your way to stay on top. You get grimy, get your elbows dirty, you know. You'll take people out, take countries, invade, take their oil, whatever you need to do to stay afloat. Paul said, I know how to be a base and a bound and a base. If I lose all this, I'm gonna still hold. I'm gonna still believe in Yahweh Yahushua, and I'm gonna still be a man at the end of the day. You know, not just for a short testimony. You know, and many brothers have went through their own situation. So I'm not acting like I'm. But when I was homeless, I was still dressing up like nobody knew I was homeless. I was still going to the laundromat and everything. Still figuring out how I can, get a little money to buy a little clothes. A couple of times I borrowed like $100 from my pops so I can, you know, get some clothes or whatever. And it says that, man, when you fast, don't make it look like, down and out. You don't have to look like you down and out, man. You be a man and you handle your business and still get up in the morning like you had a house, like you had a car. Might have to take the bus. Maybe if you took the bus, you could think of some things and some you know, think of a better way. Maybe that'll slow you down where you could put think more things in perspective. You might meet somebody on the bus. You might meet your wife on the bus. You might meet a businessman on the bus and say, "I got a job for you." He might, you know, there's a lot of businessmen that take the bus that got money that could take that they got a car at home. They just rather take the bus. Everybody that's not, you know, that doesn't, you know, he makes it a fashion statement with all this shit, man. Like if you ain't got a gold watch or diamond platinum watch, you just broke. That's how these bitches, a lot of these bitches, they that's what they go off of. This nigga's he's on the bike, but he ain't got no gold on. He ain't got, you know, what are you doing with your life? I don't have to do shit, but there's work for the Most High, and that's my substance. What you did, bitches gonna do in Jacob's trouble when all this shit go down? How you gonna survive? Where you gonna get money from? Where you gonna get resources from? Where you gonna get toilet paper to wipe your ass? Where you gonna sleep at? They didn't consider those things. You know, they can turn the lights out at any time they want. They got the power to do that. Your lights, you don't control your fucking lights. When they want to turn the lights off, it might be a drill run. If they want to practice a drill run and turn all the lights out and nothing works and the power's all off, they could do that shit. And you can't do nothing about it. You could call the company and say, when are they going to turn our lights on? Well, we're working on it. They don't have to get to nothing for you. In his power to do so, King James Version. It is in his hand to do so, King James Version. Well, earth is given to the hand of the wicked, King James Version. Common scripture. Come on. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. They run the earth right now. What are all these power systems connected to? Where do they get all this power from the earth? These electric components, these wiring and all that, they get it. They can shut it down. It's a power. It's from the power source, so to speak, like the electric company. That ain't your electric company. You pay bills to that electric company. And then if some crisis come, you can't be like call them and say, well, you know, I pay my bills. This is a fucking crisis. What are you talking about? I I gotta, you know, we shut down over here. Shalom, shalom to the elder and coming board. And brothers and sisters are tuning in. Yeah, they run this stuff right now. And guess who gave them to run it? The Most High. And you got to sit back and learn, because when you sit back, you're gonna be like, why would they do that? Why would they why would they take this out and put this in? I would have done it this way. Well, you ain't ruling the world. Yahweh Shema Shai Bashem Makakadash Rakatah. Remnant say 144 Shalom. Um, yeah. So what does it say? Agree with thy adversary, not to a point where you're in his house and you sleep, but he'll kill you. But use wisdom when you're in this world because they rule it. The Muslims are not in front of the White House demanding reparations or demanding some respect. If you gonna if you want to take care of a problem, go to the source, the ones that's causing the problem. You don't go to the hoods. You go to the fucking White House, whatever, and you demand some things like, hey, we ain't moving until our people get better treatment in the hoods. They doing it fucking backwards, man. If you have a blackout and you trying to put your light bulb out up and it just won't come up, you don't keep screwing trying to figure out what's up. You do try to figure it out first, but then when you understand it's a blackout, then you got to call the company. You see somebody, they keep messing with the bulb and saying, "What are you doing?" Like it's a blackout, man. Earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Covered the faces of judges. Who's supposed to be the judge? The main judge, Yahweh Shai. We supposed to be judges. He covered up the angels and all that. He painted this fairy tale about him, being the people. And our people fell for it. They had Caesar Borgia still on their wall to the day. They even had it all this time. All this time. He ain't even of our nation. And they have him on the wall. And there's no questions asked. As soon as they find out that Yahweh Shai is the son of God, a so-called black man, it's all kind of questions. You got to prove that to me. Where does it say that in the Bible? Fucking ass, coon ass, washed up, tap dancing to the song of the devil, man. Because the devil then fed them all this time. Not so much with bread, he do that too, welfare and all that, government cheese, but with these philosophies. It says, if not, where and who is he? Where is the earth? Where is the wicked man that rules the earth, that has the whole earth in his hands? If it ain't so-called white man, who is he? Where is he? Who's controlling all these electrical components, electrical units here? Who's the one that could unplug shit? Who are these companies, electrical companies and all that? Who is AT&T and all these things that can unplug shit to where, hey, I can't get internet service. I can't talk to nobody. I can't make no phone call. Well, you got to pay Boost Mobile. Well, you got to pay AT&T. Well, you got to pay Verizon. Whatever phone company you with. But I bet if you look behind the walls of these companies, they all know each other and shit. And you got the head of Boost Mobile calling the head of AT&T or whatever, or the CEO calling another, and you got like, yeah, how much money you make today? But they swear they don't know each other. They ain't got nothing to do with each other. You been what they call back then bamboozled, Jake. This is a conglomerate thing they doing. So every style of and every fashion of how you pay these companies are on a monthly basis. Who came in with that? They all require money on a monthly basis. You pay monthly rent. You pay monthly car. It's something. Damn. Nobody says, hey, gotta deal with you. You can pay this month every 2 months, and if you don't have it, there's some things you can do for it. We can help you. We got help programs. You're in a bad situation. You got a baby at home. You just had one. We got a program for that. If you can't make it to work, if you have a need of work, well, we got a program for that. That's not out there, man. You gotta do for yourself in this place. I'm talking about that's how they think of it. Like, nigga, figure it out, nigga. I don't care. Hey, you can't make it to work tomorrow. Why? Well, my back is hurting. Well, we need you in. You gotta do something. They act like these people are helping them and shit. Where the fuck is the help coming from? Who and where is he? Where is this man? I just read the scriptures. It's the seed of the wicked. It's people on this earth that are the wicked. Who are they? Then you got to go through the nation. You got to go through is it Elam, East India? Is it the Ishmaelites? Is it the Arabs? Well, they kind of pretty, heavy on war and all this suicide bombing, all this shit but then they got a little structure to them though. They kind of got a little structure to them. They heathens, but damn, it don't seem like. And then you go down the list, but nobody really puts the so-called white man on that list, man. Like he's just a Christian, man. I don't understand that shit. And he's the one that did the way. He's the one that it's records on him doing this devil shit that he does, murdering, taking over lands, bombing people, smallpox, Agent Orange, uh, taking over America, colonialism. That's why Most High gonna sneak up on you with a damn right punch, a right spiritual punch in your fucking ass, hard head with judgment. And then all Esau says, we'll just kill him. Let me get that scripture. Beware, don't fear him that kills the body, King James Version. Oh yeah, Esau, these things are in here. You worried about so much being a good Christian. What about this? Matthew 10:28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. They're not able to kill your soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy the body, both soul and body in hell, man. If we're saying that the Most High put us is the one that brought our enemies against us and we went in slavery because of that, it's because of disobedience, but he made it happen to where we're in the hands of our enemies. And this is some diabolical motherfuckers, crazy, evil, weird, base. Then everybody should fear that power. Because you show me some slavery that the Moabites got hung, burnt, raped, robbed, put in ovens and all that. Yeah, all that Hiroshima, Nagasaki, they got reparations for that. The Japanese got reparations for that. You can read it. They got reparations for that. But, hey, did Japanese get reparations? Yep. Japanese Americans received reparations for their incarceration during World War II. Congress in 1948 provided $38 million in reparations. 1988, the Civil Liberties Act provided $20,000 in tax-free restitution payments to eligible individuals, a small fund for public education. Well, that's something else. I think it's still talking about that. The reparations were the result of a 20-year fight that began in 1978 when the Japanese American Citizens League called for legislation. The movement gained momentum in the early 1980s when survivors and their families testified at federal commission hearings. Yeah. Where the black man's money at? Negroes. Murder, deceit, rape, robbery. Negroes are still getting $1,200 stimulus checks at a fixed income rate or a fixed income increment. Can't do shit with that's rent. You can't really do shit with 1,200. You can't get in a better house, get out the ghetto. You know? Oh, the victims of 9/11, they getting paid, and that was an inside job. I don't care what you believe. Let me ask the same thing. Have black people received reparations? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Reparations for slavery. Slavery reparations seem impossible in many places. They're already happening. Uh-oh. Better get your check, Jake. Jake didn't even know about that shit. 70% of African Americans now favor reparation payments. I'm sure this is just discussions. Slavery reparation may be the single most divisive. I'm gonna let you read it. I'll subscribe and whatever. It's just a simple ass question. But we'll skip past that. If they did say that blacks are receiving reparations, how? Stimulus checks, how? Welfare, food stamps, how? SNAP benefits. Move to the side, black people. We got immigrants coming in. We got 1,600 Afghanistans. We got, you know, foreigners coming in from the outside. We want to worry about this. Focus on this. Black Americans in 2023 have made a renewed case for reparations that will redress slavery. They ain't got no reparations. And what did it say in the scriptures? That they would who would care for your welfare, Israel? Uh, uh, Not account for their labor, King James Version. I'll start to close out. Uh, who cared for the welfare of Israel, King James Version. Hold on, it couldn't be talking about them rats over there because everybody cared for. They got their due. They got people. That Holocaust thing. That's a yearly thing that people donate to all the victims and all the victims' families, even from those days back when they claimed that it started. They sneak. They seek not the welfare of Israel, King James Version. All that welfare bullshit, that's nothing. That's nothing. That's not true welfare. Welfare definition. Come on. The health, happiness, and fortunes of a person or a group. They might give stimulus checks. They might give welfare. They ain't getting niggas out the ghetto though. They ain't giving nigga health benefits. And if they are, they don't. You gotta do is something else. You gotta do. I mean, they'll kill niggas before they really give them full health benefits. I mean, they're the ones that's putting out the poison. Remember that. Financial support given to people in need. Social Security, they got Social Security benefits. That ain't shit. Allowance, credit, sickness benefits. That's a play on words. The job. Well, we got benefits. We got sick pay. We got this and that. And like I said, if they truly giving you a little benefits where you can get a little, get some glasses for your eyes, whatever, or you get the teeth fixed, and then you pay a little portion out of your pocket, they're still the ones putting out the poison. So it don't make what does it matter anyway concerning, being happy for the benefits on that level. We thank the Most High for these things. Most High said through him, he'll make your enemies be at peace with you. They still your enemies, even though they're at peace with you. Your enemies can give you, they can give you a lot of things. They can give you gifts. They still your fucking enemy. But there's an agenda in the long run. You got slaves, so-called, you got slave masters back then that had married a black woman, got out the cotton fields or whatever, and made her a home and had children with her. But that didn't free slavery. That didn't free the rest of the slaves. They still in the field. Good health advantage. Negroes don't have an advantage. Successfulness. Who's successful? The ones that's tap dancing and cooning, and usually that's why these celebrities they represent these celebrities as the tops, some of the top successful people in the world, actors and all that. You don't see really black businesses. You don't see black businessmen. Well, they address those black businessmen that got money and millions of dollars to help the hood. Why they coming? Why they come against us? If we bummed, why don't they ask these fucking ass rich ass black niggas that got billions of dollars and bragging on how much money they got, and they got these business to help the hood? We know why. Their own shepherds pity them not. Our own shepherds. Anyway, start to close out. Yeah, why don't they ask Oprah? Why don't they ask Jay-Z or someone? They billionaires. Oprah has helped Africa. She got enough money to help all the hoods across the world, at least enough, to get them off their feet. And if they connecting with celebrities and all that already, and they already in that circle, why don't they fucking not ass knock on the doors of some of these rich ass celebrities and shit, man? I'm talking about these Israelite camps, man. They be bragging and talking about who they know and then who they connected with celebrity wise and shit. And then they talking about, well, we need to help the black community come together. Well, fucking ask somebody that got the money to do that shit. Anyway, this place is going down. And that's all that matters. So the wisdom of this world is foolish with the Most High. You know, these nations are nothing to the Most High. He's going to destroy the wise men out of Edom. You know, turn him back into that base man, more base than he ever was. And this is going to be the knowledge and wisdom of the world. What's the closing scripture? Yeah. Destroy the wise men of Edom, King James Version. Obadiah 1 and 8. Shall I not in that day, said the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau? And thy mighty men, O teeming of Germans, shall be dismayed. Because they're the scientists, they're the top-notch intelligent, so-called intelligence. They're going to be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter, man. They're not going to understand that. By violence, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, they're not going to understand their demise, man. Against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. That's why they don't want to be Esau. It's no more. It's not going to be this educational school bullshit in the future. You know, it's not going to be no pride of Edom standing over you as an oppressor, saying that you know nothing and shit, that you just dumb niggas or what? Speak proper English, dude. Don't talk when you're in those fields. When you go into slavery, when our power send you into slavery, you look wrong, you talk wrong, your ass is getting tortured, man. Because they the fucking wicked. That's how wicked these devils are, man. And they being exposed, and they have to be exposed. Because if Most High didn't expose them, Jacob be even in a worse state, or we'd be in a worse state. We would think this is the good guy. We'd be on his train, on his bus. Yeah, we'll see what happens in 2025, man. Still, I mean, you know, we are still in the year of, hopefully, year of Jacob's trouble. We'll see what 25 brings. We see who's the president. Whatever, however it play out. And whatever you devils try to predict, what your soothsayers, with, you know, magicians and all that, you better stick close to the ear, mouth, have your ears stuck to close to the mouth of the prophets. You know, but Most High gonna make you do what you do and supposed to do. So whether whoever's in president seat, that's what's supposed to happen. But the prophecies are gonna happen regardless of who's president, man. That's what we tell them. Anyway, hopefully it's edifying. Again, to all the brothers and sisters that tune in, a few sisters that tune in, you know, once again, giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Double honors to apostles, elders, great bishops, a great millstone. Must I take to the brothers teaching word for the whole election, be like Most High will. Try spirits, turn it back to the Most High. Men, women, and children, blessings, and see you to the next video. Shalom.